Hello, hello, hello. I'm Vinky and I'll be your host for a brand new series. Today we are going to be doing, when Reflector stops being a little so-and-so, we are going to be doing vlogs. Now, vlogs come from vlogs, video vlogs, and, well, ooh, just do that. Yeah, Reflector's working again. Okay, right, I can really start now. So, vlogs are movie vlogs, which come from video blogs, which come from blogs, which are blogs with an L. So, what are we going to talk about? So, what are we going to do today? Something, presumably. That would be nice. Also be pretty nice if Reflector stopped lagging for a little bit. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, right, so today we are going to be essentially talking about caring for animals. Ooh. Give me a sec. There we go. Yeah, so now, once Reflector stops lagging, I will start. Keep me waiting for a while. Sound appears to have caught up and screen's just catching up. Yeah, there's screen. Right, so animals and looking after and caring for animals is a very, very large task. Quite a few people underestimate a lot of things about caring for animals. So essentially what I'm here to do is I am here to say, unless Reflect stops lagging, I'm going to be in a little bit of trouble for this video. Right, okay. Maybe this is just too complex for Reflector to handle. Right, okay. Go in here. I'm not actually on this. So there we go. Yes, so... Ooh, no. So what, now, looking after animals is a very big job. And when I say a very big job, I mean I'm underestimating that, you know? Understating is what I meant when I said that. So I'm understating that very much. There are quite a few people out there who will go into a reptile shop, they haven't done any research, they don't know what they're looking for, and just in general, they're very new to it. And the problem with being new to it kind of is that unless you've done research beforehand, you're going into this very, very inexperienced. And that can cause a lot of problems, not just for you, but for the animal as well. I can turn the volume down so you can actually hear me, which, I mean, is very good. Now, before you start, like, saying, God, you can say all of this and all of that, but actually, how do you know any of this? Well, it is because I have looked after quite a few creatures in my time. And in my time, it was not that long, but still. So you've got to make sure that you do the research. Because if you don't do the research, then that creature is probably going to be very, very unhappy. And by very unhappy, I mean uncomfortable, maybe not getting the right amount of food, so they can starve. If you're not looking after them in the right way, then it won't work. And, I'm just gonna... So, yeah. You gotta look out for a few things, because, like, essentially, if you don't, then there's not really that much you can do to help your animal if essentially, sorry about the lagging out here, guys. I really am, trust me. There we go, that's better. Okay, right. Yeah, so just, if people don't do the research, then, I mean, you need to do the research. But some people don't. Also, one of the traps that people fall into is they'll go to a pet shop or something like that, and they'll see these really, really cute little creatures, and oh yeah, they're really small, I could look after them. Yeah, that'd be no problem. And then, of course, they just get so much bigger. I mean, and people don't take this into account. I mean, it's not their fault. I mean, but if they haven't done the research, and if people haven't explained to them how it works, really, and just it all goes down the drain level. So what you've really got to be careful of is not underestimating the creature that you want to get. Because if you want to get let's use the example of a boss monitor. Now, a boss monitor, species of monitor lizard, and it's a very good starting monitor. So people might read that and think, oh yeah, starting monitor, yeah, easy to keep, yeah, I'm fine. The starting monitor, just because it says in the package, as it were, or if you look on a website like Wikipedia and it says, oh yeah, this is a good starting creature, that doesn't mean it's easy to look after. Because I've looked into looking after boss monitors, and trust me, they are not exactly the easiest of creatures to look after. And they go very big, they go 5 foot. Okay? And that's not really good, is it? The answer is no, it's not. Especially if you're new to this, you think, oh yeah, good starting monitor, yeah, I can handle this. But of course, you can't, just because, for the very simple fact of you don't know what you're dealing with. Just because it says starting animal doesn't mean it's easy. Boss monitors especially, I'd say you have to get a very big tank to look after these guys. I mean in general. But also, the main... I mean, you have to save up money in advance, but one of the main things in, like, the long term, that you need to make sure you can handle is the food. So we'll go with the starting costs and stuff. And stuff like that. But it's a bit... I don't know how to put it. You know? Like, because some people see, like, this cute little baby box monitor in, a shop, and they're just like, oh yeah, that'll be really easy to get. Because they don't think. You see something cute, and you don't think about how that's actually going to work in the long run. And by that I mean how much space they're actually going to need. So you get a boss monitor, and they don't need that much space because they're very small and they're rather undeveloped, as it were. So it's just people can be very careless when they're looking at getting creatures and reptiles, especially. Just because reptiles do need quite a lot. Fish, people are usually quite safe on. Excuse me. Yeah, so fish usually people are quite safe on. Because fish, usually, unless you go to this really stupid place, it's liquid aquatics. Oh, excuse me, I've got a cold at the moment. Oh. So unless you go to a really rubbish liquid aquatics fish shop, then I mean you should be fine, okay? Because they will tell you what you need to do. They will probably not let you buy fish, unless, like, because they, like, usually they make you say, oh yeah, what type of tank have you got, how big is it, stuff like that. Not mentioning names in the, rubbish spectrum of clothing. With aquatics, liver aquatics, oops, oh. I'm really sorry about this cold, guys. It's really annoying me at the moment. Oh, yeah, but I mean, in all seriousness, like, what they will do is not Limerick Classics, actually. Limerick Classics is rubbish! Rubbish! And trust me, they are. I had it all planned out, like, in what I was going to get, yeah? And they said, no, you can get any of those. But they didn't tell us before what you could get and what you couldn't get. They also they didn't ask us the specification, like the measurements of our tank. My tank, and they let me buy a huge bristlenose plek. I mean, it's outrageous, really. But, you know, that they don't. But this is what you've got to look out for. If they don't ask the questions themselves, like, oh, what type of tank it is, like tropical freshwater, saltwater, if they don't ask any of those questions, you ask them, okay, would this be alright for a tropical freshwater tank? Would this be alright for a saltwater tank? And then they'll say either yes, or they'll say no, or they'll be in between, or they'll don't know. That could be a word, not really, but whatever. Yeah, so just, I mean, reptiles especially, just because you don't really see baby fish very often, unless they breed like hell, and then you get a really cramped tank and then try to get something that will kill off the babies, and that doesn't work, and and the thing that's supposed to kill the babies kills all the adults. Yeah, unless it's like that, which, unless you were wondering, happened to me. So yeah. Yeah, but it's just you've got to make sure that you can take in these animals, because if you can't, then you should wait until you can, because trust me, you really don't want to have unhappy animals. It's just not. It's not good at all. Yeah, but I mean, one thing you've got to think about is the space. I mean, really about the space. You've got to think, like, and really, you've got to really think with the space. If you don't, like, you think, oh yeah, this guy's small, they don't need that much space. If it's a boss monitor, you need a very big tank. You need a deep tank, you need a long tank, and it doesn't need to be that tall. Although, if you make it tall, then, or if you get it tall, I should say, then, I mean, that is fine. Because, like, I'm really sneezed for this cold. Legit cold, okay, guys? Oh, please don't try sneezing in the video. That would be so embarrassing. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you've got to make sure you actually research into how much space they need. Because if you don't, then they're going to be so cramped. And they end up just being sent to rescue centres. I must say, if you're watching this video and you did underestimate, like, either the workload or how much work is going to need, that is the workload, so I'll just throw it there. But if you underestimated, like, how much it's going to take to keep, to feed, how big it's going to go, how aggressive it's going to get, then there is a very good, I mean, it does depend how big you are to it, but there's a brilliant rescue centre called Beaver Water World, and trust me, it's amazing. I had a bearded dragon, and when he was young, like his previous owners, thinking that he was a female because that's what they'd been told, they put him in with another male and tried to get him to mates, and of course he was a male, and so that didn't really work out that well, as you would probably imagine. So, yeah, so he's had an illness as well, and literally, if he hadn't have gone to Beaver Water World, he would have been dead a long time ago. I mean, yes, he is dead now, He would have been dead a lot longer ago. Yeah. But trust me, they're amazing. They're a rescue centre for animals. And trust me, they will look after them really well. Like, they've got, I think all the creatures are rescued, especially the reptile section. There's some iguanas, there's a crocodilian of some form. So just type in Beaver Wars World, it should come up, and you can judge if you want to, um, go to it or not. But trust me, they are amazing, and if you think that you can't take in the creature anymore and you just can't do it, then just go to Beaver Wars World, because it will help. It will really help. You've also got to make sure about the food, like I was saying with Boss Monitor. With the food in the long term, they eat loads. You just got to make sure that you stay on top of all of this information. Because, I mean, if you don't, then it's going to be a bit of a big surprise when they get to adulthood and they're eating 30 cockroaches a day. No, every 3 days, sorry. That was a bit over the top. I'm really smooth. I'm going to. Oh! I am sorry. Oh God. Oh, it's always in the Christmas season. I get blimmin' cold. I haven't sneezed. Like, I've been wanting to sneeze for ages. I haven't sneezed. Oh, so much stupid. Oh, darn it. That went well. Ugh. Ugh, yeah. Oh, dear me. Oh, right, back to vlogging. Yeah. So that's, I think, about all I have to say on this subject. You've just got to do the research. And you've got to research, especially these key points when you're looking at a reptile or something like that. Like the space, the food in the long term, whether you've got the space. That's a real big one, because sometimes people take it in, they think they've got... Oh! Our opponent has disconnected, you win this match. I'm happy with that. That's never happened to me before. There must be something new in the bot's programming. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. You just have to make sure that even if they don't say these questions themselves, especially with... Excuse me, cold. Critics. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just got to be careful. Especially when they don't, like, say the information, like, ask the questions that should be asked, really. So, thank you for joining me for this vlog. If you've liked it, click the like button down below, and please go to anywhere you can comment on either my video, or the one video with comments, or the chat box / discussion. I always call it a chat box, I'm probably why. Discussion centre on my channel. There we go, got it right that time. And like, if you've got anything that you want to post to, like, be in another vlog, you need some advice on, or stuff. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye-bye.